Welcome to our house again. This time we're in the front room, and I know you can't see much of the furniture that's here, but directly in front of me is my lazy boy chair, a place where I can do some reading and a place where I have my Sunday afternoon nap. Also here in the room is the piano where David learned and practiced a lot of his music on. Over to my left, there's a cabinet that has some artifacts on it, some special souvenirs from Africa, things that are special to me. And of course, you can see over my shoulder there, the green plant. It's the handiwork of Lady Laura. She is quite good at green stuff. This is a live plant in this world of artificial plants and flowers. This one is live, and it gives a warmth to the room. She's so good at that. You know, it's been a long time since we've been able to get together as brothers and sisters at the church, have a church gathering. And I want to tell you that I miss it. I really do. And I've heard from some of you, and you miss it too. Just that time to get together, to shake hands and or to have that hug, get that smile, just share a few greetings about how the week has gone. I miss it. And I'm trusting that soon we'll be able to have some kind of gathering together, whether or not it is a smaller number of people and we're able to have multiple services. Whatever it is, we want to do what we can to make sure that we can come back together, because there is something special about being together, God's children being together. Last week, I heard something on the news that struck a chord with me, and I wanted to share that with you. They were talking about this COVID virus that we have, and they were talking about the fact that they had noticed in a lot of the patients that there was a lack of vitamin D. And of course, they're going to do their research, their studies and everything, but they were talking about the vitamin D dietary supplement, that it was a possibility. And of course, the vitamin D that comes from the sun. I think you will agree with me that we're glad to have some warm weather and the sunshine. And if you've noticed the trees, they've sort of just popped out in this last few days with the warm weather. But anyways, they were talking about vitamin D and the benefit of the sun to give us vitamin D. And when they said that, I thought of something that was similar, and that is not the S-U-N, but the S-O-N. What we need to take us through this COVID time and this difficult time is the S-O-N. And how about we call it vitamin S-O-N? He's the one that can help us take us through these times that we need. You know, the sun rises every morning, and we may not even consider it, except that it gets us up if we're on a regular shift, that is. And whether there's clouds in the sky or whether there is a bright sunny day, the sun always rises. And the sun is always there. And the sun is always giving the nutrients to the earth that it needs for the processes of growth and of life. If we didn't have the sun, we wouldn't be able to exist because of the life that the sun gives. I've often thought about Alaska and about the long, long periods of time when they have darkness. Lady Laura and I were there when they were having the long, long periods of time for daylight, and we saw the things that were there with the growth on the flowers and the vegetables because of the extra long light. But it's the S-O-N that we need in our life. And just as the sun rises every morning and sets every night, we need the S-O-N in our life every day. We need that. And we get that when we would take time with him in personal devotions. Maybe you have a room similar to our front room here, a quiet place where you can get away and just have a little bit of time with Jesus every day, the Son of God. I know that when we're talking about vitamins, that a regimen of daily vitamins is the best thing. You just can't take a handful of vitamins and think that it's going to do absolute wonders. No, it's the day by day, little by little. That's why they call it a daily vitamin, daily mineral for your body. I know that years ago when I was having a little bit of cholesterol problems, my doctor put me on a vitamin called niacin, B3. And I want to caution you right here, don't even go out and get any or anything like that, because it does cause a radical flushing in your body. But my point is that I started to take this niacin, and I only took a little bit. But the longer that I took it, the more my body began to be built up and used by it. I could take more and more and more. And I think it's that way with our devotion to the Lord and our personal, private devotions. If you don't have devotions, a regular time of devotions, I want to encourage you to have some special times with the Lord. And you may have to start slow. It may just be a short prayer and a little bit of scripture. But I tell you one thing, that as you do it, as you're consistent, and as you set that time, that you will want to do more and more and spend it a longer time. For me, I like the morning time, the early morning when the neighbors aren't roaring down the road off to work, when everything is quiet. And I like the time when after a night's rest and everything is just still, just to take that time and start the day off with the Lord. That may not be possible for you, but it is so important that we have the SON in our life. The SUN is the one that the ingredient that we need for daily living, for health, for strength, for vitamin D, as they're talking about. But it's the SON that we need. You can't overdose on the SON, not in the least. It is always the same. He's always there. His benefits are good, works in everybody and for everybody. So I want to just encourage you that take time, personal time, every day for the SON, the vitamin SON in your life. Well, I hope that we can get together soon at the church and have our gatherings. But if we have to go on a little longer, we'll still try to get the recordings out to you. We're so thankful of our technical staff that spends hours upon hours of editing to be able to bring them to you. But until that time, stay safe. Know that we love you and we are praying for you. God bless.